All right. Well, thing pops up and says, "You are live. Welcome to Wednesday with me. Nice to be here with everyone today. This month, I'm talking about simply powerful stress relief. And I'm just doing my tech check and it's working. Um, so this month, I'm going to share with you what I call simply powerful stress relief. Three little techniques that I think are some of the most beneficial ones I've seen that I've learned and used myself and that I've taught to clients that work really well. It is stress awareness month, and I think that sometimes when we hear the word awareness, stress awareness, we think about, okay, yeah, I'm aware I'm stressed, right? But stress awareness month is also about how we process stress. So yes, I think all of us are aware that we're stressed and we've been stressed for quite some time, right? We have some ups and downs for the last several years. And some of us have kind of smoothed it out and figured out, like, okay, there's a bump. I can navigate that bump. It's like you're in a ride a car bump. And then some of us still feel like we're churning, right? And so that's part of the reason I use the analogy of the blender because blenders churn, they churn things. And in order for us to navigate stress, we also have a way of like working with it, processing it, getting to the point that we feel like we've reached a level of comfort and that we smooth things out. And we know now we learn something from that. So the next time something happens, there's a bump, we have these tools that help us to again smooth it out. And just like in the blender, when things are bumping against each other, like when we are stressed, we feel that tension inside, the thoughts, the sensations, the emotions, they're all kind of bumping against each other. And we're trying to figure out, okay, so what is the best way for me to get some relief here and to manage this situation? So that's what I want to about this month. And I'm going to give you three, as I said, techniques. Today's technique is it's a breath technique and it's called samariti. You may have heard of something called box breath, but this technique, you don't hold the breath. We're going to use an equal breath, but we're not going to hold the breath in the same way it's done in box breath. What I love about this technique is that it's known like to smooth out things, right? Just like the blender helps smooth, this technique practice over time helps us to smooth out our breathing, which helps our nervous system, and it also helps to calm our minds. When we get really stressed or we have a lot of things come at us at once and we're not able to process stress about one thing before there's another thing that's coming up and it's kind of continuous, things can feel bumpy inside and our thoughts can be bouncing all over the place. This particular technique is one that I've come to know that actually helps you to navigate that bumpiness in your thoughts and to get them to slow down a bit. Welcome. I see someone has joined me. Nice to have you. So if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, either way, you can use this to help you with like smoothing out your thinking as well as smoothing out your breath. So it's a simple little technique. If you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat and I will answer them. If you're watching the replay, practice the technique and then see how you can work with it in your own life each day, right? As again, I'll say it's 5 minutes and you can use it anytime, right? That fits into your schedule. So we're going to just begin by having you to take a moment and find your comfortable, what we would say your meditation seat. So that could be sitting straight up, like I'm sitting straight up here. I often, when I practice this, I'm sitting straight up, I'm sitting cross-legged. So you could sit however is comfortable so that your spine is comfortable. If you want to lean back and have a pillow behind your head, that's also comfortable. So I'm going to just give you a moment to find your comfortable seat. And as you find your comfortable seat, just begin to slow yourself down, right? It's no rush to find your seat, but to find your comfortable seat. And then as you are there, you can decide whether you want to close your eyes, if that feels comfortable for you, or you would prefer to just bring your gaze to a spot on the floor, a spot in front of you where you are keeping a still gaze. Begin to notice that you are breathing. And as you are breathing, when you inhale, feel as though the body lengthens, the spine lengthens up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, feel your shoulders relax, slow drop down, settle down, and your sit bones settle down. So shoulders are settling down away from the ears, and sit bones are settling down into the earth. All at once, feel yourself grounded and expanded as you are feeling the spine lift up on the inhale and the sit bones sink down on the exhale. All at once, grounded and expanded. And just notice that your body is breathing. And as you notice your body breathing, follow the flow of the breath into the nostrils and then out again. Take a moment, follow the flow in and follow it out. Now we're going to begin to intentionally shape your breath. So we're going to count the inhale and the exhale and make them equal. So we're going to do it together. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own, inhaling for 4 and exhaling for your own count of 4. As you inhale, imagine the breath is like a paint stroke going up, all the way up. And as you exhale, imagine you are painting the breath stroke all the way down. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4, feeling and sensing this paint stroke going up and then all the way down. See if you can make the texture and the width of your breath stroke the same all the way up as it is all the way down. Make your breath as quiet as you can and as smooth as you can, evening out any breaks or hitches, and even seeing a paint stroke as the breath smoothly goes up, and seeing the paint stroke as the breath smoothly goes down, counting for 4. Continuing for just a few seconds more on your own. Remember to see the breath moving up very smoothly as a paint stroke and smoothly going down as you exhale. On your next inhale, imagine that the breath is coming in and arriving just for you. And as you exhale, release any tension. On your inhale, receive the breath. And on your exhale, release any worries or concerns. Continue on your own, receiving the inhale, releasing the exhale. And now, as you begin to make your journey back, before you open your eyes, simply notice how you feel. Then slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, gently open your eyes. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them into the chat. Even if you're watching the replay, you can put them into the chat and I will come back, and I'll always check, and I'll come back and answer them for you. This is a practice that you can do 2 or 3 times a day. It's very short, about 5-ish minutes. And allowing yourself to feel that sense of a smooth breath, again, helps the thoughts to smooth out. It also brings great awareness to what's happening inside you. And that awareness is the key to processing and navigating and managing any stressful situation. So that awareness helps us to know what we need, right? All right. Yay, you're welcome. I'm so glad I helped you out. Thank you for your comment. Yes, get centered for the day. And it's about the middle of the day. And this is one of the perfect times. Like if you're an early riser, like I am, when it gets to this part of the day, you're kind of like, yeah, I could use like a moment to myself right now. So great. I'm glad I could help you with that. It will be here in the feed. So anytime you want to come back to it, you can. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm going to continue with this series for the rest of this month, Simply Powerful Stress Relief. The next one is actually called Release. So I'm going to teach you a little technique that I've learned helps to work. Another one that helps to work to ease our way through stress and smooth things out, right? But if there are no questions, I'm going to say thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you next week when we talk about release. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me.